Subcommittee. We met in Aiken. Thank you very much for your tour there. All right, I am Barbara Nelson. I live at 3870 Wagner Road in Aiken, South Carolina. I am the President and the Chief Executive Officer of the SPCA Albrecht Center for Animal Welfare in Aiken. We are an adoption, we are a no-kill facility, we are an adoption, education, and training center, and we're a high-volume spay and neuter and a wellness clinic. We also include, interestingly, an externship program for UGA senior vet students. They learn surgery skills and they learn about shelter medicine. So we work very closely with the veterinary community, and I have very high regard for it.
And since we don't have a veterinary school in this state, UGA does a lot of service for the state.
That's right, that's right. Anyways, we have a good relationship with them. We score perfect on our DHEC and on our LLR inspections. You could make an analogy for what we do at the Albrecht Center and what some of these other animal welfare agencies do that have clinics like ours. Rural Healthcare Services. That was created in 1970 by the state of South Carolina as a nonprofit. They do exactly what we do for people, what we do for animals and people. All right? Now, Representative Bill Clyburn, I was speaking with him yesterday, and I mentioned this to him just to get my facts straight, and he said, "You're absolutely correct about that." He serves, or his Clyburn Center serves all income levels. And when you look at the demographics of the Clyburn Center, you look at their demographics, it's just like ours. Sure, most of it is low income for the clinic part, awful lot of middle income, and some even high income earners. So there's no difference there. This would be quite a precedent if you pass legislation like this. My colleagues here in the Animal Welfare Administration, we're very concerned about quality of care, and believe me, we absolutely support the parts of the bill that deal with quality of care. That, in fact, the part about regulating shelters, we would even take that further. You really ought to be looking at strengthening the bill and including rescues or anybody that houses large numbers of animals. They should be hygienic, they should be clean, they should be well maintained. All of that, all right? All those medical standards. We're absolutely in concert with you on that. Unfortunately, the subject of this bill, the majority of this bill, isn't about that. What this bill does, the majority of it, is it creates a framework that prevents people from having free choice of affordable health care. And Dr. Patrick Keith made a very good point. There are middle-class people. This economy is dismal. And with the prospect of rising interest rates, it's just going to get worse and worse. And when you take middle-class people that are suffering whatever calamity has happened in their lives, whether it's illness or divorce, whatever it is, they become pretty quickly low-income people. And when they come to our doorstep and they need help, we're not going to be able to offer them those services that are beyond what is the SCAV says here are core services. So when the bill says that nonprofits can't provide services for anyone above low income except for those core ones, I have to really ask you to look at the implications of that. The talking points that the SCAV puts out says that this bill will not kill animals. I either have to laugh or cry at that, quite honestly. And believe me, the reality of this is going to be people are going to be crying. Because when somebody comes to my doorstep and our clinic, and they've got an animal wrapped up in a bloody towel, and this animal is suffering, you know what I've got to do according to this bill? I got to stand there and I have to ask them, what's your income? I got to quiz them. So while this animal is waiting for me to figure out whether this person qualifies as low income, it may either die, but I have to ask these questions, otherwise I'm going to get in trouble, right? My organization's going to get in trouble if I serve somebody and try and help that pet if they're not low income. Humane societies were never created just to help animals in the poor. They were founded to help all animals. So what the SCAV keeps saying about what's our original mission in Aiken for the SPCA was that we were to help cart animals. Now that has evolved. We're there to help all animals. It doesn't matter whether they come from somebody living in a shack or whether they come from the banker's house. Requiring the Albrecht Center for Animal Welfare to establish the low-income status of those seeking our services, it not only disrupts our business practice, but it also adds an element of discrimination to the charitable services we choose to offer. And I thank you very much for your time.